on page 592 in our book, it tells us that we're going to write the answers to the following problem in our working papers. Number 1, it says for each of the following promissory notes, we're going to calculate A, the interest on the note, B, the maturity date of the note, and then C, the maturity value of the note. We're going to save our work because we will use it for Work Together 22. And so we have 2 different promissory notes there. March 3rd is our first one. We have a principal of $6,000. Our interest rate is 6%, and our time is 90 days. So we need to figure out our interest that we have, our maturity date, and our maturity value. So here they give us some room to calculate. So let's go ahead and calculate our interest first. How are we going to do that?
Find it for 1 year first.
Nope, we don't want to find for 1 year.
That's what you first want.
They were just showing you what 1 year would be. Principal times interest rate, 6,000 times 6%, times that fraction of 90 over 360. Okay, what do we get for our interest?
Hey, can you just times that by 1/4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah. Or point times .25. $90. So our interest rate for that first one is $90. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to figure out our maturity date. Okay, so here's where we need to know how many days are in a month. Now, we signed it on March 3rd, so I'm going to go ahead and write March 3rd.
31 minus 3.
And I'm going to do 31. Good. So 31 minus 3 is what? 28 days, a total of 90 days. Okay. So what is our next month? April. And how many days are we going to use from April? We're going to use all 30. So now we're at 58 days. What's our next month? How many days in May? 31. So now we are at 89 days. So how many days do we have left? 1 day. So we're going to use June 1st. So if we add all those numbers together, that's going to give us our 90 days. That means our maturity date then is June 1st. Okay, and the last thing that we need to do then is we need to figure out maturity value. That should be pretty easy. What's our maturity value? $6,090. Okay, it is going to be the original cost or the original price of the note plus our interest. Okay, let's go to our second one. Again, we are looking, not again actually, this is a 60-day note. Our original was $2,000. We have a 9% interest rate on this note for 60 days. What are we going to do? How do we figure out our interest?
2,000 times 9%.
Good. 2,000 times 9% times that 60 over 360. What's our interest? $30. Okay, next we're going to figure out our maturity date. Okay, so we signed it on March 18th. Remember, this one is going to be a 60-day note, so 31 minus 18, is 13 days. How many days from April are we going to use? All 30. Right now we're at 43 days. So how many days are we going to use from May? We would take 60 minus 43 days, right? Because we've already used up 43. That tells us we're going to use 17 more days. So that means May 1st through May 17th. So our maturity date is May 17th. And what is our maturity value? It is our principal plus our interest, which is $2,030. Okay, so questions on figuring out the interest maturity date and maturity value? Okay, go ahead and do then the 21 on your own. If you finish that and we still have time, you can go ahead and do the 21 application problem.